I want to ask a little bit about competition with you guys, because I think this is something that's very foundational to Self-Help Africa, that we are not providing aid. We are providing opportunity to build on what's already there. And I want to ask you about the role of competition in innovation or enterprise. Where have you seen that work? What are the considerations, to make sure that it's not that you're not that you're not centralizing power, but keeping it distributed amongst innovators and up and coming entrepreneurs. But what is that role in your mind?
I just want to give a lead-in comment, but I want to hear their reactions, especially to that question. For me, the word competition, there's an ugly side of that word, where I'm going to win at all expense and I'm going to suppress you.
Yeah.
All right. And we know people who think and feel that way. And, what is athletics if not there's a winner and a loser? Okay. I get that. But when I think of competition, I think of, is that what you're doing? I wonder if I can improve on that. And so, yeah, it means I might outsell you if I can improve. But my goal is to make something better, to make something more useful, more valuable. That's the goal. The goal is not to beat you, even if that's the consequence. The goal is to just improve things. And one of my joys, my sort of hidden joys, is anytime I stay with a brand, let's say, and they have a new version, new thing comes out, I like seeing what new innovations are in that versus the previous one. And then I look back 3 generations of that product before, and I say, wow, I can't believe I even tolerated that. Because incrementally there have been advances. And everybody benefits when that happens, especially the economy, and especially your bottom line. And so, yeah, competition should not be thought of as I'm getting ahead while you don't. Everybody benefits when everybody wants to improve what the process is.
Absolutely. I'd go even further than that and say without competition, innovation dies. Right? I mean, you might have the rare individual who just wants to keep improving something for the sake of improving it or for the intellectual curiosity, but in the real world,
they're greatly diminished in number.
The other thing is there's there are many different words, senses of the word competition. I just wanted to throw in there another one that I think what we've seen in terms of spurring innovation is that competitions that invite individuals and teams to thoughtfully try to address and challenge and innovate around particular kinds of problems that are out there in the world have tremendous outsized economic impact as well. We've got research that shows that if you have a competition for young people to try to address some particular, whether it's a technology challenge or a business challenge, you get something like 10x the effort out of those teams of people than you would have got if you'd just been paying people a salary for doing it. And so there's actually something that's really motivating to human beings, to us, about that sense of a competition. But what's also interesting about it is that they do it in teams. It's never an individual. It's always teams of people that are coming together, knowing that they can achieve more together than anyone could.
There's a literal economic model for that, which is the X Prize. And in the X Prize, I'll give just simple numbers so that you'll see how it works. Let's say, so the X Prize is you pick some impossible thing that maybe technology will get there, but we've all dreamt about it. And you say, that's the goal. You set the goal, okay? And then it's $1 million prize, $1 million. And then 20 teams compete for those $1 million, but they're spending their own money to win the $1 million. 20 teams might each spend $100,000 to win $1 million. That meant $2 million was invested in the chance of getting the $1 million prize. So society benefits from that because people want the prestige, they want to get the million. You'll invest your 100,000 at that risk, and that's a force multiplier that has worked every single time. And it's more money that you would invest to get that to happen just if it was one team doing it.
Right. And I think part of the picture is, you put your finger on it, it's the inspiration that goes with it. And I think this brings us full circle to some of the questions that you were addressing earlier about what it takes to inspire people.
I think...
And money is one of those things.
You return to that.
Let's be plain. Let's be blunt. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think competition is it's not. We can be in the same industry selling similar things, but the value proposition will be different. The products could be the same, but the value proposition for that product could be different. And this is what I tell enterprises every day, because we have all these companies in our programs, and a lot of them do similar things. So they feel like if you invite me for this training, I'm just going to meet my competitors, and probably we are learning the same thing. So when we get there, competition even become more stronger. And then we say, no, you have your own company, and the value proposition for this one is different from this one, even though you are in the same sector. And this is how we try to help them navigate through all of this process of competing. I always feel that a competition that is driven by the customer focus is healthy, because if if the competition between you and I is driven by what the same customer we are targeting, that should be healthy, because you'll do more research to be able to win the market, and I will be doing more research, and basically we are doing different approaches in our research. So what we come out with totally are going to be different results. So at the end of the day, we are targeting the same customer, but with different value propositions, and that is positive competition. Yeah.
So one of the things that Self-Help Africa has moved into significantly in recent years is these challenge funds, where we hold competitions for seed funding and investment for private sector entities, and then provide, in addition to that funding, technical guidance, market linkage support, and so forth. And I was just wondering if we could draw out an example from the Agrify Agricultural Finance Challenge Fund project in Kenya that you ran, that really stood out to you for capturing that competition. But I think what you underscored, Peter, is that the competition which foments, which fosters collaboration, which is so key to its success.
Yeah. So we've been running a challenge fund in Kenya for private companies with annual turnover above $10,000 US. And when you send a call, you get all companies, both in the same department, same focus. If it is fresh fruits, if it is about processing manufacturers, you find all of them. But in terms of addressing the issues of competition, for Self-Help Africa, our approaches have been bespoke, targeted. So we know you're doing the same thing with the two companies are doing similar products, but then your problems or your challenges are different from the other one. So in our targeted approaches, we deal with you based on your own challenges, without understanding how the other one even tries to solve them. But where we find that there's need for intercompany learning to be able to learn from what other people are doing, then we encourage intercompany learning. So we use two approaches. We do targeted interventions on similar companies, but they do different things. And then we use peer learnings to be able to also overcome these challenges. When people learn from one another and they are accepting to give information, then we feel that that is maturity in business. Of course, they have other private or secrets of their businesses that they would not like to share. But at peer-to-peer, they try to open up to be able to share challenges and how they are coming up with solutions. And we think that is always a good approach.